Hi everyone, welcome to Tangle with Tracy Anne. In this week's video, I'll be combining two tangles. One of them is called Cadooh, and that's by Ria Matheussen, and the other one is a Zentangle pattern, Mooka. To begin with, I'll start by showing you how to draw the basic designs. In the case of Cadooh, I'll start off by drawing about 6 seed-like shapes and then colouring them in. From here it's a little bit like how we start off drawing ratoon. We use the seed-like shapes to start drawing the rest of the pattern. So I'll go up one side and then I'm just going to draw a free kind of tentacle shape, then aura that line, then go up the other side of the seed shape, make another freestanding line and aura that. The second tentacle actually is drawn as if it's sitting behind the first one. And unlike the actual pattern of ratoon, these tentacles can go anywhere you desire them to. You can have them curling, you can have them with several waves. It's really up to you. So I'll do that on every single seed shape, and then after that I'll show you how we can do some variations to this actual initial design. So I've already drawn the seed shapes, and the way that I'm going to vary this pattern is how I draw the actual tentacles. And you can see that this one has a round kind of head on it, a little bit like what you might see sometimes with the pattern Mooka. Another thing you can do is just make the ends a little bit pointy. Or you can do a very thin tentacle and make the end look a little bit like fescue. Have a bit of an experiment and see if you can come up with some other different kind of tentacles. The original Mooka pattern is actually a pod-shaped design with one continuous line. So you can see it looks like it's unfurling on itself. And because it's only one continuous line, you can't really colour these in. A variation of this is to just go behind the other line and overlap these tentacle shapes a little bit. And then the last way we can do it is what you commonly see these days when people talk about Mooka, and it's with that little kind of a head shape, a bit like the original flux design, and do that instead of the flat shape. Or you could take it one step further and draw these tentacle shapes on their own as a freestanding kind of I love this type of shape personally. I don't very often use the original Mooka shape. So let's see how we can put these together. I'm going to start with a white gel pen and start drawing the petals. So as I draw this, I'll do the original shape of Cadooh, then I'll add in the background some original Mooka shapes. To make this pattern stand out, I'm going to use a white charcoal pencil and just colour in these tentacle shapes. Now, using a very clean tortillon, I'm going to blend in that white charcoal pencil. You can see it can be a little bit messy, and I've got some smudges there, but I can easily erase that at the end. As an afterthought, I think I might put in a bit of a border here with my pencil. I probably should have started off doing this. And to get a nice even border, you can see that I'm guiding the tile around by placing it on my middle finger, and that just, if I hold the pencil steady, gives me a nice even sort of a circle. Using my white gel pen, I'm now going to fill in the background using that original Mooka pod shape, and I'm using that drawing behind method. So there's a lot of drawing behind here. It's just a way of incorporating this pattern without having to worry about colouring it. It just then becomes a background design. I might try to add a little bit of depth using some graphite pencil just where the patterns overlap. I'm not sure it's actually doing anything, but I'll get my tortillon and see if that makes a difference. And that seems to be, whether it's spreading the graphite or more likely it's pulling some of that white charcoal pencil off the page, and it's still having the desired effect. It's giving me a little bit of shadow just where those tentacles overlap. I'll put these two tangles together now on a 3.5-inch square tile. So I'll start off with a border and 4 dots. Then using a black micron 01, I'll draw the patterns. And before I start, I might just do 2 little circles, and that will make sure that I get those seeds a little bit more evenly spaced and a similar size. You can see on this Cadooh I used that variation using the little circular head type things at the end of each tentacle. And now I'm adding that style of Mooka as individual tentacles, as if they're part of that same pattern. It all blends in as the same thing. I'm transferring to this Uniball Eye pen by the Mitsubishi Pencil Company, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm filling the entire background, and when you're colouring a large amount of black, I find this goes on a lot easier. Another pen you could use is a Micron PN, or if you've got something else, use that. Using a graphite pencil, I'm going to add a little bit of shading, and you can see I'm putting just a little bit on either side where those tendrils overlap. I'll also make a little bit of a crescent shape on each of those circular ends of the tentacles, and that will give it a little bit more dimension. Now blend all that in with your tortillon. So here are our two samples that we did today, and I did a third sample on a phi-shaped tile, similar to the last example that I showed you, but this time I coloured it in. There are so many different ways you can use these two patterns together, so have fun experimenting. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, do that so that you don't miss out on future videos. I do post one every Wednesday. Until then, thank you for watching, stay safe, and bye for now. If you'd like to see more of my videos, head over to my YouTube channel, or there are a couple of links here on the screen. And while you're here, press that subscribe button.